Welcome to Beyond Our Universe Tarot. Tonight we are going to be looking at messages for the zodiac sign Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Welcome to the show. I do weekly lives every week where I do weekly readings. I also am available for private readings as well. You can schedule a private reading on my website at www.beyondouruniversetarot.com. Again, that's www.beyondouruniversetarot.com. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at the month of March 2026 and see what lays in store for you, Virgo. Please make sure that you check out the other videos. You can check out your moon sign and your rising sign. If you don't know what your moon sign or your rising sign is, you can always go on the internet and check out Astrology Cafe, type in your birth date, and it will give you your moon sign as well as your rising sign. It's good to know this because this will give you a pretty good overview of what your month will look like and what you could be experiencing. All right, so just keep in mind as well that these messages will not resonate with everyone, but take what resonates and what doesn't, just throw it out. All right, so let's take a look here and see what lays in store for you. We're going to go ahead and clear the energy, so make sure if you have headphones that you turn your headphones down. All right, so we are going to be picking a card for the overall theme for you, Virgo. So let's take a look and see what Spirit has set for you. All right, so we have the card of flow. Okay, the card flow is here. And I'm going to read to you what that means. And please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button as well if you're enjoying these messages. And just know that these messages are straight off the cuff. There's no editing. There's no fixing this. Whatever comes out is what comes out. It's going to be totally authentic. So whatever Spirit has in line for you to know or to hear, know that this is a message for you. And you don't even have to be Virgo for this to resonate. You could just be passing through and just taking a look at the video. And if a message here hits you in a particular way, just know that that's the divine plan from Spirit for a message to reach you. Okay, so for the flow card, we have the meandering river. A meandering river is a waterway that curves, bends, turns, and seems to swing side to side as it flows forward. Viewed from above, it looks sinuous and even snake-like. Meandering rivers are dynamic as they wind their way across valley floors and bring life-giving sediment to new habitats. The word meander was derived from the ancient Meander River, which flows into the Aegean Sea. The Greeks created symbols from meander that have been described as some of the most important symbols for the ancient Greek culture. They represented the fluid movement of water and the eternal flow of all life. The twisting patterns were also thought to represent the serpent, which was the symbol of healing. Hence, our present-day symbol for doctors is the caduceus. All right, so your particular message, Virgo, is that there are times to hold on tight to the shore and there are times to enter the flow. Notice where life is going and moving in that direction. Watch for signs and follow them. Don't resist. When you go with the flow, your life force expands and healing on all levels abounds. This is also a time to release old limiting patterns, forgive, and let go of the need to be right about your beliefs. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're being self-critical or judgmental. When you enter the flow with gratitude and love, you will find blessings surrounding you. You will enter a state of grace and healing will abound. All right, so as I was reading this, Spirit was showing me an image of some of you are having stomach problems, Virgo. And it's because you're worried about a particular situation. You may be overthinking a particular situation. And you may get it in your head that something is other than what it is. So please be careful of that, especially since Mercury is in retrograde. Make sure that those that are around you, your energy, if you're not really sure about their intentions, just sit back and quietly watch. Don't judge, but just sit back and quietly watch, because you might find out that their intentions were totally different from what you were thinking. Now, I also want to tell you something too, Virgo. You're very psychic. A lot of people don't know that about Virgos, but Virgos are very psychic, and you're psychic in an analytical way, because you study the behavior of people and what they do, their actions, their non-actions, and you already have an idea. It's like you're 10 steps ahead of other people. You already know if somebody's full of it, or they're lying, or they're just putting on, or they're, not telling you the truth, or they're playing with you. You're already 10 steps ahead of that. So please just know that this month, though, because Mercury is in retrograde, that as far as communication goes, or sometimes what we're thinking and feeling may not necessarily be. So just sit back, watch, and analyze, okay? Analyze. Be like a serpent. Slither your way around, be slick, be smooth, but don't strike, okay? All right, so Virgo, we're going to take a look at your career this month and see what messages pop out as far as finance and career for you. All right, so I want to know what's going on for Virgo. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Excuse me, everyone. I have some type of cold or something. I'm just working my way through it. So if I do a lot of that all the time, I apologize. All right. I want to get these messages out here to you. Okay. Ooh-wee. All right, so we got the Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Devil. Virgo, 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 your intuition is on fire. That's why I kept seeing some issues with intestinal issues, feeling like you have to use the bathroom. Some of you may be having to use the bathroom a lot. You may feel bubbling in your stomach. You're uncomfortable about something, Virgo. Something's bothering you, okay? All right, so as we see here with the Ace of Pentacles, many of you could be starting a new job, or you could be moving to a new residence with the Ace of Pentacles. But it's what we are focusing on career. So many of you could be starting a new job, or maybe moving up in the company and getting another position. But with the Ace of Pentacles, it usually signifies new beginnings or new opportunities and prosperity for you. So money is already kind of looking pretty good for you, Virgo, this month. It feels like Spirit is aligning you in the right direction there. We have the High Priestess, so please make sure that you're paying attention to your intuition. Again, your intuition is very spot on, is very accurate. If you're dealing with someone that you're not necessarily trusting, or, maybe their actions are not lining up with their words, just sit back and just watch. This also denotes patience as well with the High Priestess. So try not to get yourself upset or stressed out or exacerbated about something if it's not happening fast enough. Maybe you've applied for a job and it feels like it's taking forever for them to get back to you, or maybe the hiring process is taking forever. So there could be some delays in some of those areas for some of you Virgos. Now, the energy that really I see the most here that's really flaring up is the Devil. Okay, this is very interesting because some of you may be dealing with toxic energies. Okay, you could be dealing with toxic energies in the workplace. You could be dealing with people that, again, ties in with this flow card. Make sure that you're just kind of observing people versus, making judgments. Just sit back and watch, because you could be dealing with somebody that's not necessarily the nicest person. But, it's kind of that you can't let the devil know that they're the devil. You just got to kind of sit back and watch them unveil themselves, although sometimes that doesn't happen. You can see it, but sometimes other people can't see it. So just know that you may be dealing with toxic energies, people that are causing problems or issues, or they pretend that they're a nice person, but they're really not. And you feel like, oh, I want to expose this person. Don't do it, okay? Don't do it, Virgo. hold the reins back, because Virgo is very much like Aquarius. I'm Aquarius, and I'm also a Virgo rising, so I completely get it. We don't like dealing with fakeness. We don't like dealing with phony people. That's not something that we care to do. And I know you Virgos don't really care to do that. So if you're dealing with particular coworkers that are messy, that are fake and phony, you just kind of have to fake the funk. You know what I mean? You just got to kind of go along to get along, even though you don't necessarily like them, and you don't necessarily trust them. You've got to play the part to get your bills paid. So that's what I'm seeing here. You could be dealing with toxic energies, but you already know what to do. You already 10 steps ahead of them, okay? And your sister sign, Pisces, is also like that as well. You guys are very much in tune, intuition-wise. With Pisces, it's more emotional. With Virgo, it's more analytical. Okay, so what other messages are coming out for... Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. Okay. So, Virgo, a lot of you could be stacking money this month. Okay, you could be working multiple jobs, or you could be getting a raise. You could be getting an income tax refund. There is some monies coming to you. That's why the stacking money card came out. Or you could be doing a side hustle. You could be doing multiple things to bring in additional income. But I do see you stacking money. I see you getting creative with the ways that you're going to be making money here. Now, also, Spirit says that you need to negotiate. So if it's time for you to get a raise on your job, or if you're starting a new job and you're not exactly sure about the pay, you're very skillful and you know what you're doing, and you're very analytical. So please take advantage of that. Even though we're in a stinky economy, do not be afraid to negotiate. You know, if they're giving you a lowball figure and it's just way below what you're comfortable with, don't be afraid to counteract and just simply ask, you know, can I get more? You know, all they can say is no. You know what I mean? So use your intuition. If you don't feel that, if you're in the interview process, or you're on the job and you don't feel that that's the correct question to ask, if you're afraid that it could cost you the job, or if you're afraid that it could cause you some problems, use your intuition, okay, with the High Priestess. You'll know what to do. You know exactly what to do because you study human behavior very well. All right, so let's see what other messages are waiting for you here. And if you're new and you're cruising through, welcome to the show, everybody. Please don't forget to hit that like button and share button. I do celebrity tarot readings, also weekly readings as well, and personal readings as well. Okay, so let's see what messages Spirit has for you. Okay. All right, so the first message that we have are bright ideas. So have an innovative new inspiration, test new ideas, and break out fast. Take action on your ideas. All right, Virgo, you are very intelligent. You are very smart. Use your ideas. Now, as I'm sitting here and I'm seeing this card, I just got a vision that you'll have to be careful, though. If you have an idea that you don't want stolen, or you don't want somebody to talk you out of this idea, keep this idea to yourself till you're ready to execute, okay? It's not always a good idea to mention, oh, what about this, or what about that, or I have this idea for this, until you're ready to execute that idea, because you do have some jealous people. You do have some people that know that you're very bright, you're very smart and highly intelligent, and know that you can get things done that may not necessarily like that. So, please, or they may try to steal your idea. That's why the Devil card is here. Again, toxic energies that could be around you. So if you've got an idea for a business or a product that you've invented, definitely get that bad boy patented. Talk to somebody, talk to an attorney, talk to somebody that can protect your idea, your business idea, because you do have that devil energy around you here. All right, so you also have the money tree card. So dreams come true. You will get what you have long desired. Enjoy your wealth. So Virgo, you've been working hard. Okay, so some of you guys' dream is going to be along with the bright idea. Some of you will start a brand new job. And also, some of you will be stacking money. So that goes along with the money tree. So just know that money is flowing to you this month. It feels like it's going to be easier for you to obtain. Again, we are in the year of the Magician, 2026. So we are in a place where we're able to manifest much faster this year than we were last year. Because, you know, last year was a number 9, and that was the year of losses. And a lot of people experienced losses. Excuse me. So make sure that you take advantage of that energy that is coming your way this month. Okay. Safe space, no judgment zone. You can cry, vent, or be weird, held, hurt, and accepted. This is where your soul can exhale. All right, so some of you are experiencing things on the job, or it could be in your personal life, and you need to vent to somebody, okay? So make sure that you're talking to someone that you truly, truly trust. It has to be, if you're going to talk with a coworker, it has to be somebody that you have a vetted relationship with. Don't trust someone that, you know, you barely know, or someone that has given you problems in the past. Try to keep things to yourself if you can, if you're going down that route. But if there is somebody that you can talk to, you know, please do that. Please get whatever it is that you need to get out. It's very therapeutic. Again, this will help you because Virgo has a tendency to hold things inside. And that can manifest in stomach or intestinal problems. So make sure that you are getting your problems or needs or concerns out, okay? That's very important for you this month. If you need to vent about the job, it's okay to vent about the job. You know, it's okay, but make sure that you're doing it with somebody that you trust, okay? Family member, friend, or a coworker that you've known for 1,000 years that you know would never betray your trust. But if you got to get it out, you got to get it out. Okay. All right. So we have the card of Ghosted. Messages left on red, disappearing act, no closure, just silence. Rejection is redirection. Okay. Some of you out here that are looking for jobs, Virgo, some of you have been ghosted. Maybe you've been on 5 interviews and the manager told you, well, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And you've been waiting a week, 2 weeks, and you still have not received a reply. I think that's one of the worst things to do to somebody. You know, when you're applying for jobs and you go to like 4 or 5 different rounds of interviews, and then they don't even respond to even let you know that you didn't get it. You know, or that they've chosen another candidate. So some of you may be experiencing that this month, but just know that rejection is redirection. Don't let it cause you to be depressed. And if you are depressed and sad about it, don't stay there very long. You know, you need to vent out to somebody, talk to somebody. Definitely do that, okay? But otherwise, Virgo, it looks like this month is going to be pretty good for you as far as finances. Money's definitely coming to you here. All right, so that's all that I have for career and finance as far as those messages. Now, we are going to start getting to the love portion for single Virgos. So we're going to take a look here and see what lays in store for the single Virgos. All right, so what messages? Ooh, that flew out. Okay. All right. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so some of you single Virgos will be celebrating in the month of March. I am seeing that here with the 3 of Cups. You could be going out with friends. You could have a hot date with the 3 of Cups, but I do see you having fun, going out for a drink or you know, for dinner and enjoying yourself. Maybe I see some of you doing karaoke as well. So doing something fun is the name of the game here. It's going to help relieve a lot of stress for you. And you could meet somebody, because we do have the 8 of Wands, which is about communication. So when we have a Wands card here, that's definitely someone that could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, that you could be meeting up with. Maybe you meet them on a dating website, or you just meet them, you know, while you're out and about, or you could meet them on the job. But I am seeing that here with the 8 of Wands, and that is about communication. So they could be texting you, you know, you could be exchanging phone calls, direct messages on social media, or they could hit you up on social media as well. So some of you could be meeting people that way. And we do have the 4 of Wands, which is domestic bliss or marriage. So it's very possible that some Virgos could be possibly getting married or in the process of getting married this month of March. Okay, so I do see that here with the 4 of Wands energy. All right, I want to know what kind of people outside of fire signs that you could be meeting up with, Virgo. Okay. Let's do the Oracle of Identity cards and see what kind of people you could be meeting up with. And these are just archetypes. I love to do these because they're interesting. They got some... They have some archetypes in here that's like, oh my Lord. But you know, it's the reality of how people really are. That's why I kind of like it. It's real. It's raw. All right, so we have the counselor. Okay. So a psychologist, psychiatrist, mental health counselor, high level of empathy, good at holding space, may take on clients' issues, natural empath. So you could be meeting up with somebody that is of the healing profession, emotional healing, or of mental healing, okay? So somebody that deals in that type of profession or does that kind of work. They could work for charities, or they could be someone that does mental health as well. They could be a nurse or a doctor in mental health. So you could be meeting someone that works in that field and enjoys that type of work. All right, so the next person that we have is the builder that works in construction, handyman, outdoor work, electrician, mechanic, builds homes and buildings. The job can be dangerous. So you could be meeting someone that is in the industry of building. They could be a construction crew, or draw the blueprints, or, you know, engineer. That's very possible. Or as an electrician. They make pretty good money as well. Somebody that works well with their hands. Okay, we'll do one more. And we have the traveler. So you could meet somebody that's always on the go, inspired to see new countries, flight attendant, pilot, free-spirited nature, well-cultured. Somebody that likes to travel and go to many different places, and has a lot of really cool stories to tell you. All right, so... let me see what else, what other messages that we get from here. What else could be going on for you single Virgos? Okay, so we have heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, and breakup. Okay, so some of you could be heartbroken. You could be sad, or you could be feeling lost because you don't have that special someone. So that could be something that you're undergoing as well. But just know that you're not alone. Take heart. Know that this too shall pass. Keep yourself very busy, Virgo. Again, you have to stay mentally and physically stimulated. You cannot overthink, because it will bring you into depression, and sometimes you'll have thoughts that are not really, you know, accurate. Okay. Old school, so outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Okay, so some of you could be going through a transformation, Virgo. Spirit says when it comes to dating, it has really changed, okay? Everything has completely changed. So it may be time for you to start, you know, rebranding yourself in the dating field, or just totally reinventing yourself to dating and the type of person that you want to date and how you date. Okay, so there could be some restructuring going on there as well. Okay, so things are not how they used to be anymore. You know, it's not the, you know, where you go out to the mall and get a slice of pizza. Everything has changed. So Spirit is saying you could be heartbroken about that. About how things are just not the same anymore and how difficult and hard it is. But Spirit is saying that you're going to have to transform with that and transition. And that can be difficult, especially going from something that's easy to something that's much harder. But you'll make your way. You'll find your way. All right, so that's all that I have for the single Virgos. We're going to do no contact. Okay, we're going to do no contact Virgos. So if you're in a no contact situation, maybe you had to cut off contact with somebody, or they cut off from you and you have not heard from them. Let's see the reason why. Okay, why are they no contact? Ooh, okay, we have the card of demanding. So you set impossible standards for your partner to meet. Be less demanding. Okay, Virgo, I'm not pointing the finger at you, but are you demanding? Are you wanting too much? Are you expecting too much? And if not, it could be the other way around. It could be the person is wanting too much of you. Maybe they're too clingy. Maybe they want this. Maybe they want, you know, that. Maybe they want somebody that's a chef and, you know, a freak in the sheets and all of these things, and you're just not willing to, and they don't really have nothing to offer you. So that could be a reason why there is no contact. Let's find out another reason why there is no contact. So the person you could be dealing with could be very demanding. Maybe they wanted too much out of you. Okay, soulmate only. So you have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. Okay, so it could be that maybe there's another soulmate out there for you. Maybe you thought this person was your soulmate, and it turned out that they weren't. You know, maybe you felt that way, but Spirit says there are many other soulmates out there for you to kick it with. All right, so I want to know, will you be getting back in touch? Or will they be getting back in touch with you, the no contact, if you so desire? Oh, I'm going to say no. We have the Hermit. So that's isolation, introspection, and singleness. So, Virgo, I think that you're not going to reach out to this person. And I feel like this person probably won't reach out to you. And I feel like it's for the best. Especially if you're dealing with somebody that wants too much. You know, they require too much of your time, or too much money, or too much this, too much that. And you're just trying to keep up with just everyday life. And then, you know, realizing that there are other people that you can connect with. So I'm going to say it's a no for the no contact. So if you've got somebody on your mind and you're wondering, are they going to contact you again? Or are you going to probably contact them? Probably not, according to these energies. And that's fine and dandy. That's beautiful. All right, so we're going to take a look here at the married Virgos. So I want to know what energies are showing up for the married Virgos and Virgos that are in relationships this month. Okay. Okay. I'll pick one more. All right, so we have Temperance, we have Page of Wands, and we have the King of Swords. Ooh, okay, Virgos that are married or in relationships, You are having to try to find moderation and balance in your love life and in your relationship. I am feeling with the Page of Wands that you're dealing with someone that could be immature. They could be someone that likes to talk a lot, or they're not very careful with the words that they say, and it may hurt your feelings. You could be dealing with someone like that with the Page of Wands. And like I said, someone that could be very emotionally juvenile. Maybe you guys are just not matching when it comes to your emotional nature. But we do have the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords is going to be courage, truth, and mental clarity. So if you're not exactly sure about what to do or how to handle this relationship or connection with this person, you will gain the mental clarity that you need. You will have the courage to speak up and say what you mean and tell this person how you feel, so that way you guys can get back on the right path again. Remember, we are in Mercury retrograde, so we have to be careful about what we text, how we speak to each other, because our messages can be misconstrued. They can be misunderstood. So we do have to be very careful about how we approach a situation or deal with people, because, you know, things just get miscommunicated. And sometimes there can be arguments, so please be aware of that. And fights, also be aware of that as well. Emotions are high strung at this time. So just make sure that you pick and choose your words very carefully. But if you need to have that talk or discussion with your mate about, I'm seeing some people that you're dealing with somebody that's messy, or they're irresponsible. Like they're just throwing clothes all around the house, or, you know, they're not paying the bills, or, you know, they're just doing just stuff that a teenager would do, you know, and here they are, a grown-ass adult, and you're just like, why do I got to keep telling you this, you know, for the 50th umpteenth time? So yeah, so just be mindful of how you speak to them, because you're on two different emotional wavelengths. You're up here mature as the king, and they're down here as the page. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing as far as the relationships are concerned. Let me see what else is coming up for you married and Virgos and ones in relationships. Breadcrumbs. Minimal effort, just enough to keep you around inconsistent contact. You deserve the whole loaf. So yes, even though you could be married to somebody or in a relationship, they could be breadcrumbing you. Maybe they're not putting in enough effort that they used to. Maybe they're not looking the same. Or, you know, maybe they're not doing their part of the responsibilities of the house or the bills. So you definitely need to have that talk, Virgo, with your mate. That's very important. Because I'm seeing it here. If you look closely, somebody's walking out the door. And that could be you, Virgo. You're like, I'm sick of this ish. I'm tired of it. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay, late night call. Up when the world is sleeping, booty call or deep talk, true colors after dark. What do they really want? Okay. So you could be dating somebody or in a long-term relationship with somebody, and maybe they've become distant towards you, and maybe it just feels like a glorified booty call. Maybe it doesn't feel like the person's not putting in the effort that they once did. You know, they've kind of gotten what they wanted out of you, and now it's kind of like, well, hell, I don't have to put in this effort anymore. I don't have to wear my best clothes. You can kind of feel this person slipping away. So again, you guys need to have that discussion about where the relationship is going and your expectations, okay? But do it diplomatically. If you're very upset about it, I suggest that you just wait and calm down. You know, when you calm down and you're a little bit less angry, you can come back and then approach the person. But yeah, I feel like the relationship can be salvaged for some of you. Others, it may be time to walk away. And you'll know it. Like, again, you'll get that mental clarity on how to proceed. Okay, that will happen for you. But you just need to, you know, kind of wait things out and just give it some time and be patient with this High Priestess card that, you know, that was showing up earlier. All right, so that's all that I have for the love sector for Virgo for the month of March. These are interesting energies here. All right, so let's see what overall messages Spirit has for you this month. I'm just curious to know, what are some other messages that are going to be popping up? Ooh, love. Okay, unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection, attraction, and selflessness. All right, so the message for you this month, you could be receiving love or feeling loved or in love, okay? So I see some of you could be, you know, really getting close to your mate. Or if you're not in a relationship, showing yourself love and getting reconnected with yourself. I am seeing that here. It's perfectly okay to be single and fancy-free with no responsibilities and be totally in love with yourself. Nothing wrong with that. It's better than being in a relationship where you're unhappy or being lied to and cheated on. All right, so we have Sword and Rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor, protection, and determination. Okay, so some of you, again, will be receiving mental clarity about your situation, whether this is love, finance, career, or just any problem in general. You're going to be taking time out this month to really sit back and think, and you're going to have mental clarity on what next step to take and what to do next, okay? All right, so let's see what self-care messages are coming out for Virgo. Yeah, and just be easy on yourself, especially if you're a Virgo rising, because Virgo risings can be extremely self-judgmental and critical, to where you beat yourself, you know, to death. You know what I mean? You just overthink every damn thing. And I say that because I'm a Virgo rising myself, and you can beat yourself out of your joy. You can talk yourself out of good ideas because you overthink everything. So please be kind to yourself this month, Virgo. All right, so the first message that we have is energy work. Okay, so some of you may need to work on some of your chakras. I'm seeing some of you need to work on your solar plexus. That is a part that needs to get stronger within yourself. Then there are solar plexus exercises that you can find right on here on YouTube that you can do that will help to strengthen up your solar plexus. I believe the color yellow is associated with the solar plexus. So if you're lacking in your solar plexus, you can start to wear the color yellow or burn a yellow candle or whatever chakra you feel may be misaligned. You may definitely need to work on that. All right. So we also have create art. Okay, so some of you need to be more creative. It's okay to be expressive. Paint, draw, write, play music. Whatever brings you joy. All right, and our last card is to meditate. Again, Virgo, you're connecting with your mind a lot this month. So your mind needs rest. It needs respite. And you need time to just sit back and just relax and just let your mind wander. Let it do like this flow card of meandering. You know what I mean? Just letting it kind of just flow and just really take no thought and just relax. Okay, even if it's just for 5 minutes in your car or in your shower, your couch, your chair, playing with your dog, petting a cat, whatever, that will help you. That will also give you mental clarity as well. All right, so now we're coming down to the last 2 messages. And Spirit, what messages did you want to leave, Virgo? Okay. All right, we'll just pick this one here. All right, so choice is the most powerful tool that you have. Every choice you make shuts some doors, but also opens several doors, bringing new experiences into your life. At any given time, you can change the direction of your life. You are only one choice away. Beautiful. All right, and our last message. Bigger and better experiences are coming your way. You may not be able to see it, but great things are coming together for you as you read this. Trust the process and let it unfold in divine timing. Move forward knowing that all is working out just fine. All right, thank you, Spirit. What beautiful messages that we received tonight for you, Virgo. Please don't forget to hit that like button and share button as well. I hope that you enjoyed these messages. Just know that these messages are totally for you. They were handpicked by Spirit to guide you and give you advice on whatever it is that you need. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to check out the other videos. And you can also check out my other content too. I'm starting to do celebrity tarot readings. I just kind of started that series up about 2 months ago. So definitely check some of those out. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know. If there's anybody you want me to do a reading of or about, type it in the comments. All right, well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. You have a blessed and wonderful night. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.